Live from WTVO Rockford and your home team, Eyewitness News at 5 starts now.
Multiple people dead off the coast of California. The event being considered one of the deadliest smuggling tragedies in the U.S. And Rockford's local businesses are getting a boost, the newest program to improve the city's business district. And did you remember to set your clocks this morning? The push some lawmakers are making to put an end to daylight savings time. Good evening, I'm Taylor Castro. Thanks for joining us tonight. 8 people are dead after 2 smuggling boats capsized off the coast of San Diego last night. Officials say it's one of the country's deadliest maritime smuggling tragedies ever. A woman called for help around 11:30, telling dispatch 15 people were on one overturned boat and 8 on another. Thick fog and surf conditions hindered the search effort. The Coast Guard and San Diego Fire Rescue recovered the 8 bodies near Torrey Pines City Beach. No survivors have been found.
Often these boats are overloaded, the maintenance is poor, and they often do it like weather last night, where it's very little visibility. It's very challenging for anybody to operate in those conditions.
Rescuers were back out searching this afternoon. The Coast Guard says there has been a 771% increase in human trafficking in the Southern California coastal region since 2017. Local small businesses can receive a boost from the City of Rockford. It's part of the TIF District rehabilitation grants that have been approved by City Council. The city will match up to $25,000 for improvements to the outside of businesses or for ADA accessibility issues inside. The program is launching in 8 Rockford TIF districts. The mayor highlighted the outreach to small businesses, saying that the districts have the money to support them, so they're going door to door to make sure they know about it.
I think far too often we've done these types of programs, and the more experienced and the larger developers or business owners know to take advantage of these programs. But we really want to make sure that we're helping these small businesses. There's so many wonderful locally owned businesses that need a little hand up, and so we want to make sure that we're there to support them.
Applications open March 28th. There will be an information session on Tuesday. Applicants are encouraged to attend. You can find more information in this story on our website, mystateline.com. Well, hopefully you remembered to reset your clocks this morning. Today we switched to daylight saving time. It's a ritual that can make Americans groggy and annoyed, and some lawmakers are trying to put a stop to it. Hannah Brandt explains how.
Right now, it's a biannual routine. Spring forward, then fall back. But some lawmakers want to end that.
I think it's about time.
Senator Rick Scott is one of the sponsors of the Sunshine Protection Act, which would make daylight saving time permanent. It's an effort Senator Tommy Tuberville supports too.
We want an hour more for kids, farmers, people that want to stay outside, work in the yard. I think people deserve that.
Advocates argue the extra hour of light at the end of the day could boost economic activity, improve people's moods, and increase exercise.
It'll clearly be healthier for Americans, so we need to get it done.
But even though the bill has some support from Republicans and Democrats in both the House and the Senate, not everyone thinks it's a good idea.
We're against it for several reasons, primarily due to health and public safety.
Dr. Jocelyn Y. Chang with the American Academy of Sleep Medicine says studies show staying on daylight saving time could lead to an increase in car accidents, heart attacks, and strokes, because going off standard time disrupts our body's internal clock.
Our body has a natural clock called the circadian rhythm, and it's driven by sunlight in the morning and reduced exposure to sunlight in the evening.
Some lawmakers also prefer permanent standard time. Last year, the Sunshine Protection Act made it through the Senate, but stalled in the House.
We're going to throw it out there and see what happens this time around.
As they work to get enough votes in Congress, the clock is ticking. In Washington, I'm Hannah Brandt.
4 astronauts returned from a SpaceX mission late last night, splashing down in the Gulf of Mexico. The crew, made of U.S., Russian, and Japanese astronauts, spent the past 5 months at the International Space Station. They conducted various research experiments examining the effects of microgravity on things like human tissue, water, and plants. The team was led by NASA's Nicole Mann, who became the first Native American woman to fly in space. We are just hours away from Hollywood's biggest night. You can see the Oscars live right here on WTVO. Rena Roy is on the red carpet with more.
Tonight is the night. Glitz and glamour taking over the Dolby Theater in Los Angeles for the 95th Annual Academy Awards. The carpet is rolled out and ready to showcase some of the biggest and brightest stars. And a lucky few will soon grace the stage to accept the highest honor in filmmaking and take home Oscar Gold. One of those could be Michelle Yeoh, Ana de Armas, Cate Blanchett, Michelle Williams, or newcomer Andrea Riseborough, all of them up for Best Actress.
Best Actress is a three-person race. Andrea Riseborough and Ana de Armas, should be delighted with their nominations. The other three are in it to win it.
I played Marilyn Monroe.
16 out of the 20 acting nominees are first-timers, including Riseborough and de Armas, plus all of the nominees for Best Actor.
Austin Butler, I believe, would take home the statue for Best Actor, but Brendan Fraser is going to give him a tough competition coming off of his Screen Actors Guild Award.
As for the highly anticipated Best Picture Award, 10 films are up for the coveted title, including Avatar, The Way of Water, Elvis, and Everything Everywhere All at Once.
I've seen thousands of Evelyns,
which has been winning prizes everywhere this award season. The hit movie nominated for 11 Oscars. Meanwhile, behind the scenes, award-winning producer Glenn Weiss taking the lead once again.
He knows how to stage a good moment, so my hopes are high.
The Academy also prepared for any live television mishaps like last year's infamous Will Smith slap.
They formed a crisis team to deal with any issues that might come up that are in any way similar to the slap. They'll be around ready to handle the untoward moment should it happen.
And you'll definitely want to stay tuned this year because unlike last year, all 23 awards will be announced live right here from the Dolby Theater. Rena Roy, ABC News, Hollywood.
Now, your first warned weather forecast from Chief Meteorologist Candace King.
Alrighty, well, you know what? We may have snow on the ground and we may have kind of a colder pattern setting up, but we do have a couple of severe storm spotter training classes to talk about in the next couple of weeks. This one coming up Thursday, March 16th, out down in Dixon in Lee County, 6:30 to 8:30 at Sauk Valley Community College. Next one, next Monday, the 20th, 6:30 to 8:30. That one is in Freeport for Stevenson County. Highland Community College, building H room 201, open to the public and free to attend. This is a great course to go to if you've been thinking about maybe becoming a storm spotter with the National Weather Service. You learn all about storm structure, how to properly spot for severe weather, send in reports, and kind of the do's and don'ts, and just a wealth of information during these classes. So again, if you are thinking about becoming a storm spotter, those are a good thing to attend. You help out the National Weather Service, but you also help us out in return when it comes to reporting for severe weather. No severe weather in our forecast. In fact, just the opposite. We've got a lot of ups and downs coming up this week. A more winter-like pattern for the first half of the week, and then looking ahead into the weekend. Flurries and a couple of light snow showers going into Monday. Very minimal with accumulation, but there might still be a quick dusting or so late tonight into tomorrow. Kind of a colder and more December-like pattern, especially once we get later in the week. Then a spring-like pattern kind of breaks that up for the middle of the week as we've got some rain showers coming up here Wednesday into Thursday. We had a little sunshine out there early on, but our clouds, they've come back in as we take a live look with our Supply Corps camera here over downtown Rockford. We'll keep with that cloudy sky. Hey, at least we will see the sun set a little later. Did you remember to set your clocks ahead? Sunrise this morning was 7:14. That's kind of the downfall, at least initially. Sunset, though, tonight at 6:59. We look to the end of the month, sunrise at 6:41 and sunset at 7:21. Unfortunately, these longer days are not going to do much to warm our temperatures. In fact, those numbers kind of going in the opposite direction. We've been in the 30s all afternoon, but we've got the 20s a little further to the west. This with a cold front that'll work through here as we go through the night tonight. That cold front tied into an area of low pressure now moving across Wisconsin. You can see the cloud cover filling back in. As that cold front passes through, we are going to see a couple of scattered snow showers kind of redevelop late tonight and then into tomorrow. Again, accumulations minor, but with our temperatures in the 20s, anything that comes down might be a couple of slick spots there through tomorrow morning. You can see where that chill is coming in as that wind is now beginning to shift a little more to the northwest, and that's where our temperatures will drop down for the night tonight. So here we go with Futurecast. We keep those numbers in the 20s. Notice through tomorrow morning through sunrise, we've got a couple of spotty snow showers, a few flurries. That will kind of linger throughout the afternoon. Very minimal on the accumulation, but throughout the day, you might notice a couple of flurries here and there as the wind stays pretty blustery from the north. That'll really put the chill in the air. Monday night into Tuesday, high pressure builds in. We'll see plenty of sunshine Tuesday afternoon. Doesn't do much to warm our temperatures. Next system comes in. This one comes in Wednesday night. Brings a push of warm air, so we may have a shower or two leading into Thursday. Little dry time Thursday morning, and then it's rainfall that comes in towards the afternoon and evening. This one could be about a half an inch or so of rain. Cold front then comes in Thursday night into Friday. Winds will pick up on the back side of that, and that'll really bring our temperatures down as we look towards the end of the week and then into the weekend. So this is kind of how it looks here as we go throughout these next several days. 31 degrees tomorrow. We are down to 17 tomorrow night. Wind chills Tuesday morning in the single digits. So it may be March, but it's not going to feel like it, at least for the next couple of days. 46 on Wednesday. I think our temperatures are actually going to rise going into Thursday night, and then they'll fall on Friday, and then we stay in those 30s. May see a little bump in the numbers by the weekend.
Now sports with Reagan Holgate.
NFL free agency is upon us, and as we await a decision from Aaron Rodgers, the New York Jets have planned accordingly. As of today, the Jets have created $15.2 million in salary cap room for the possible addition of the Packers QB. They restructured 3 veteran contracts, which saved them more than $23 million in cap space. Rodgers was at a charity flag football event in California yesterday, where he told former NFL wide receiver Brandon Marshall that it won't be long before he makes his decision. He said to stay tuned in that there's a time limit for all of this. Both the Jets and Packers would like a resolution by the start of free agency. That's this Wednesday. Some other big news coming out of California. Jalen Ramsey is South Beach bound. The Los Angeles Rams are trading the All-Pro corner to the Miami Dolphins. In return, the Rams receive a third-round pick and tight end Hunter Long. Imagine what practice will look like with Tyreek Hill and now Ramsey. That's going to be good. All right, the Bulls have beat the best and the worst of the West this week, the Nuggets and the Rockets. Last night's win moved them back to 10th place in the East. Zach LaVine got some belated birthday love. All right, Bulls down double digits at the end of the third. LaVine drives, tosses the shot up, plus the foul. That would ignite a big fourth quarter. More LaVine slices through the Houston D with some rocket fuel. He put up 36, Bulls ahead. Then with 2 minutes left, Patrick Beverley sinks a 3 to put Chicago up by 9. He had 16. Bulls double up the Rockets in the fourth quarter, 32-16, and win 119-111.
I thought all 5 guys were really good. There was some big plays. I thought Vooch had a great verticality at the basket, which was important. I thought Patrick got inside and stripped the ball a couple times. DeMar was in there for help. Zach. I just thought all of them together collectively did a really good job. We got stops and we needed to get stopped. The biggest thing is I felt like there was some resolve there, even though Houston was doing what they do well.
The Bulls have a few days off before they host the Sacramento Kings Wednesday. It was Big Ten Championship Sunday between Penn State and Purdue. The Nittany Lions were looking for their first ever Big Ten title, but Zach Edey and the Boilermakers got it done. 67-65 the final score from Chicago. And Purdue captures their second Big Ten crown, the first in 10 years. That's almost an automatic lock for the 1 seed in the NCAA tournament. And it is officially Selection Sunday. Both the Illinois men and women are waiting to hear their names called. Let's give you a rundown of what Brad Underwood and his team are looking at. Illinois enters the tournament at 20-12 overall. Underwood has taken the Fighting Illini to the big dance the last 2 seasons. They bowed out in the second round last year against Houston, 68-53. Multiple bracket experts have Illinois receiving the number 9 or 10 seed. And more Hogs are on the move back here to Rockford. These moves come after the Blackhawks lost last night in Tampa. Luke Philp, Philip Roos, and Anton Khudobin will be back playing with the Ice Hogs this week. Philp has 38 points in 46 contests with Rockford this season. Roos has tallied 9. The addition of these 3 to the roster will hopefully help as they host the Moose on Wednesday. The Players' Championship is 1 hole from finishing, and this really comes as no surprise, but Scotty Scheffler is en route to another win. He has a 5-shot lead at 17 under. Terrell Hatton made history with the lowest back 9 score in Players' history. He finished at 12 under. The rest of the top 5 rounds out with Tom Hoge, Victor Hovland, and Hideki Matsuyama.
Well, spring's not quite here yet, especially with the snow, but it was nice to see the sun's out a little longer.
Yeah, and we were able to see the sun just a little bit here this afternoon. I mean, the clouds did kind of break just a bit. So sunset tonight at 6:59. Tomorrow it will be at 7 o'clock. So that is a plus. Downfall is it does come up a little after 7, but by the end of the month, that number will be before 7 o'clock. So
excited for the longer days.
Things have kind of even out. It may have been a little rough, though, kind of getting going here this morning. We've got a lot of time to kill on the end. So, you know, you had said in one of the teases that we've had the snowiest stretch since 2002.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we've had 10.8 inches of snowfall here, adding up the snow that we had yesterday and kind of what came down today. We had a 1/2 inch of snow, and actually this is the snowiest we've been so far this winter, which is really impressive. And you look back, that puts us within the top 5 of the snowiest stretches, at least for this time in March. So we're only, what, 12 days in so far? Now what's interesting too, I was kind of looking back, 1948 at this time, he had 13.8, 1943, 13.5. Those that were the snowiest at the beginning of the month didn't finish the snowiest for a month total. So that could mean by the end of the month, things may flip and it starts to feel a little more spring-like. So that is some hope here as we near the middle of the month.
Fine with me. I'm ready for spring. I've been done with winter for a while.
I think a lot of us have. You know, the winter really wasn't much of a winter. We were really mild and we needed, you know, snowfall. I mean, I guess we're making up a little bit for it. My only concern is we've got rain coming up later this week. And so with the snow melts and really our ground's pretty saturated, we may have to keep an eye on some of the rivers, you know, later in the week and going into next week too. We've got some snow flurries that'll be moving in here for the night tonight. Good place to follow that. You've always got the First Warn interactive radar and of course the First Warn weather app too. 25 though tonight. It'll be a brisk night. Our winds have kind of picked up here from the north and northwest. Those wind speeds will actually increase as we go throughout the day tomorrow. Winds 25 to 30 miles per hour. That'll push our wind chills during the day in the teens and the low 20s. 31 for the afternoon tomorrow. Mostly cloudy, a couple of flurries and a light snow shower or 2 just as we remain on the backside of that low pressure system. 7 days, it looks like this. 35 on Tuesday. Tuesday morning, bundle up. Wind chills in the single digits potentially as we're down to 17. So that's going to be a big shock to the system. Wednesday, Thursday, we warm temperatures. Thursday night, actually, I think we could get into the 50s ahead of a cold front, and that could start us off very early Friday. But Friday, I think our temperatures will drop throughout that time. We're back down into the 30s with a couple of snow flurries here and there. Saturday, Sunday, may see things warm up, but looking at the extended, we might also be hanging on to that colder pattern too.
Thanks, Candace. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you at 10.